And so, you know, she consults with them a lot and that kind of stuff. So. Oh, let me check my color. I don't hear that buzz that we were going to check for. Do you out there, Joe? Okay, let me turn that down.
Everything sounds good.
Okay, good. Oh, I was wondering what that was.
What was that?
It was somebody beatboxing. I think it was you.
Yo, yo, yo.
Do you want to beatbox this morning, guys? Do you want to have a...
We need Eric. Eric's the best.
Off?
Eric is the best.
He beatboxes?
He's the better beater of the box that I've ever heard.
Oh, my gosh. Guys, something's wrong. Something's wrong lately.
I don't know what's wrong.
Just gonna...
Well, I don't even know why Joe was laughing.
I don't either.
I was just giving a compliment. I have no idea.
Hey,
Is there a contest for that one?
What? Oh, no, just stop. Hey, would you do me a huge favor?
What you need?
The Kleenex box.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Check, baby, check, back,
Thank you.
check, baby, check. But legitimately, Eric is a beatboxing
King.
icon. Yeah, maybe he'll be here on Thursday.
He will?
He will.
Okay.
Yes, he will. He will be right here. Hey, guys, welcome to the show. Hey, share the show today. Everybody that's listening, share it with at least one person.
Yeah.
We'd like it.
Yeah. Sorry, I keep messing with my hair.
But now you brought our attention to it. I'm looking up now.
I want to look extra special today.
Why is that?
I don't know, because it's Tuesday. Hey, Donna. Good morning.
Hey, I just sent you another Gaetz video, buddy. That's debunking. We call that debunking. It was just a really good video. Really good.
Well, you know what? Looks like the old Tulsi girl's been married a couple times. So that's the answer to our question earlier.
Oh, married couple. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
To men?
You could go as Tulsi Gabbard next year for Halloween and do a gray strip across your hair.
I could.
Just right there because you're dark and dark hair.
Yeah, I could. Who wants to be my Indian husband?
She has an Indian husband?
Indian. Well, he looks that way. I mean, I could be wrong. Some people like to... He looks Indian. Let's just say that. Oh, okay. So Tulsi is Hindu American.
That Donald Trump is so racist and misogynist.
I know. He really is.
A Hindu.
I know.
An American
how
Indian.
Could he do that? How could
a Samoan.
A former Democrat. How could he?
A Cuban. Women. Oh, yeah. Check, baby, check. Yeah.
Yeah, let's not forget that she also went to Iraq to fight for our country.
Freaking A, she did. You guys could have a shoot off. You and her take you to the range.
We could. I can tell you who would win. It would not be.
I thought you go to the range and practice. I thought that's what you told me.
I can shoot, but I'm no war veteran. She would, I mean, can you imagine the hours that she had to have going into combat? Oh, Greg, you're so funny. Goofball. Yes, Addie, Vivek is Hindu also. He is one heck of a guy too. Good morning, Kimberly. Hey, Karen. Oh, Greg, good luck.
This just came out. Gosh, don't let me forget about this too. So much stuff continues to happen right now. Ukraine finally already fired United States missiles into Russia. They're trying to start World War III so Trump can't come in or leave a mess with them. Also, the Trump Stormy Daniels case has been dismissed. Yeah. It's dismissed.
Yep.
Once again, election interference at its finest. Democrats have. I said I'm going to be positive, and maybe I'll just use my tone. It was all interference, and it was to keep this man out of office. So what does that mean, though?
What? Okay.
All right, good.
What does what mean? I got to get my... Joe, whenever you get a second, I need you to come back and get me back on.
Hi, guys. So, Joe, we're back on with almost 100 people watching live still.
Awesome. You go. Oh, gosh.
Hey, now. We're glad you're here. Welcome back into the show, everybody. Vic Faust. I said, Megan, I'm done with you. I'm sorry.
I know.
You don't deserve. Oh, but she decided to stay. I said, Megan,
because I'm a big girl and I can take it.
I said, go enjoy your life.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to deal with the crap that we're dealing with.
I don't need to stay and hang out with the two hooligans.
Oh, you know what was great though? On
What?
Rumble, there are commercials for ivermectin. How life has changed.
Mm-hmm.
How life has changed. Joe is
Yes.
sweating, and sorry about that, Joseph. Perojo, we're back.
Not you, it's the building.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Just to let everybody know what happened. We won't take a long time with. And Joe, when you get a chance, you can reset my camera,
Yeah.
please. That would be great.
Yeah.
What we're doing is we're jumping back in. Big show coming up. Do we start? Do we actually? We were in our show before the show. For our purposes and our redistribution purposes, Joe, do we need to do the intro? Do we just continue on and go live? What do you think would be best? Because we can talk about this organically right now.
I think we just continue. I'll just hit record on the board and we'll start here.
Welcome into cancelthisshow.com. Vic Faust. Megan Marie Moret, Pro Joe, all in the house, ready to rock and roll on a Tuesday, November 19th. Glad you're with us. So much to talk about. And we love this show, and we appreciate you guys liking, subscribing, sharing the show, letting others know what we do here. Lots of podcasts across the country spreading truth. We're about facts, not fiction. We're about facts, not feelings first. And of course, we are conservatives doing this show that we think rocks. And we're grateful for the people that we have supporting us. By the way, if you like what we do, it costs a lot of money. We appreciate any donations. Anything helps. You can go to canceltheshow.com and literally click on donation. We are grateful for anything that you can do. And if there's advertisers, both locally, we broadcast out of the St. Louis area, or nationally, because we have advertisers from a national standpoint as too, that are a part of us. We are grateful that you're with us. Yeah, we got knocked off yesterday. People were wondering early on in the show. But we are grateful from that too. So we did have a show. You can catch it on Rumble and X, and we're live on Facebook. So we're back. Yeah, what we do is Joe loads our YouTube show every day and then puts it on. So Joe, did you load the show from yesterday and put it on YouTube?
I did. It'll air at 10:30 today.
Okay, there you go.
Right
and is
after
it
the show.
10:30 every day?
Well, yeah, it's only 10:30 on the days that we actually have a show. So like
For the next day.
So on Wednesday today or tomorrow, it'll be at the normal time.
Okay.
So
Which
Rick, yes, we are on YouTube, but not live.
That show will be on tomorrow at 9 a.m.
And then, Joe, you need to check your text from me pretty quick. Thank you.
Okay.
Awesome.
We're grateful for that, guys. Thanks for jumping in, liking, subscribing, sharing the show. This is a great time in our country's history. It's still a scary time because there are, forces that are trying to make things as bad as possible before Donald Trump takes over. There are forces at play trying to eliminate the good that Donald Trump is trying to bring in. It's just a fact. It is happening. Coming up on the show today, and I love this, Donald Trump is telling Thune, and this people, I told you about this last week. You can't trust the Republican senators. You can't. I know what I'm talking about. I've covered politics for almost 30 years now. I know how it works. I've done it on the local level, the state level, and the national level. If a group of politicians say, we're going to do votes private, you need to go, oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Right.
They're getting word out to Trump that they don't want Gaetz. And today we lay out the case for the attorney general. The left and the liberals and the rhinos are all running scared because they know Gaetz will clean house. And I have been told by sources, yes, well, actually, it was one source, that Donald Trump loves Matt Gaetz. And if Donald Trump doesn't get Matt Gaetz, he's got to get somebody else like Matt Gaetz. Why? Because Matt Gaetz and only one other person who I can't say yet, a candidate, are the only two who are talking about cleaning house. Complete and very, and not interviewing as if it's a judicial judgeship position they're interviewing for, but literally clearing house in the agencies and not being afraid and calling everybody out, not worrying that Americans are going to not trust the government, because the Americans can't trust the government. So we lay out the case for that today, because a lot of times, as you know, in life, people hear things, see things. Oh, they get a little bit. Oh, they're horrible, but they don't know the full story. I've been through that myself personally. And then when people find out the full story, they're like, oh my God, well, why didn't we know that? Because guess why? Reporting agencies don't tell the whole story all the time. Actually, most of the time we do.
Yeah.
We're about the facts, not the feelings. We're about facts, not fiction. So Matt Gaetz, we break it out today. It'll blow your mind. Elon promising to lower government agencies from 428 to 99. I love that guy. He's got a space liftoff today. Guess who's going to be there? His new bestie, Donald Trump. Love it. What great support. Donald Trump making sure that he's there. But Trump, when it comes to the Gaetz situation, also not threatening, but saying, hey, Thune, who's now the new Senate Majority Leader, who I do not like and do not want and do not trust, said, yeah, I've got a trick up my sleeve. I will get my appointments taken care of through your help, which I would prefer, or using some opportunities that I have. Soccer stars loving Donald Trump and his dance, and in our hometown of St. Louis last night, Tom Homan, our new borders, are basically saying, test me, watch me, go against me when we try to get the illegals out of this country, and see what happens, you liberal, evil mayors who don't care about the safety of your citizens, but only care about your pride and being a Democrat. And is Kamala Harris's husband leaving her?
I don't believe
it's a salacious story. I don't like anybody who goes through problems. Divorces are not fun. You went through one. I went through one. Many people have gone through them. Not trying to share in any sort of detriment to a family, but it is interesting how that would happen so quickly and why. So anyway, big show is always right here. Like, subscribe, share the show. You know what we do. News headlines, politics, the 2024 election, saving America by giving truth, our free speech platform. Let people know what we got going on. That's what we do. We also have the People's Platform on the podcast, and we are grateful for you guys jumping in and giving us your 2 cents. You can do that via Rumble, Facebook, and X. We're grateful for all of that. Okay. Also, some other big news. Yeah, we're going to get into that. Yeah, the DOJ decided not to press charges against Gaetz. Why? Because it was all fabricated. Once again, if you don't believe in the deep state, which we have told you exist, which Bill Maher says exists, the hardcore liberal Democrat who hates Trump, then you just got your head in the sand. Thune is McConnell 2.0 and not an upgrade. I said it from the start. Thune was bad. You have to know who these senators are freaking voting for, because they're trying to pull a coup on Donald Trump. I agree. Yes. Bad. So a couple quick stories today, as we were talking about before the show started. Ukraine already using American missiles to fire into Russia. I have a serious problem. If I'm Vladimir Putin, guess what? I'm doing whatever the truck I want, because now if I'm an American, if I'm Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin gives Russian missiles to Mexico or Canada, and they start firing them in the United States, how do you think we would feel?
That's right.
Megan.
Yeah.
So these are, I mean, that's Russia. If you're listening, we do not want war with you. We are not against you. We are not against the the Russian people. This is a coup that is taking place because Joe Biden doesn't know where the hell he is or what he's doing.
Well, he's not making decisions anyway. We all know that. But the administration, our leadership, our current leadership right now has given the go ahead to use these missiles that Zelensky has had and has been just drooling over and just waiting for that time
pisses me off. I mean,
me too. You know, for America to go, yeah, you know what, go ahead. And these are long launch missiles. These are not missiles that just go, you know, a mile or two. These go far, they go deep, and they're doing it for a reason. You know, and not to get into all the details about who's got what, you know, territories, you know, Russia versus Ukraine, but there's more to the story than they, again, legacy media, mainstream media puts out there. And so there's going to be a lot more deaths. There's going to be a lot of innocent people, and people always forget about the innocent people in Russia. I don't want to mess with Putin. I do not think that he is a man.
And how could we get upset with Putin if he's threatening nuclear war and doing whatever he needs to do when you see the United States missiles being fired into your country?
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening. Deep state trying to start a world war before Donald Trump takes over. This could have happened already. You know why it didn't? Was because they had other plans. Donald Trump interrupted the plans. People, you are intelligent. You can see the writing on the wall. A connects to B and B connects to C.
That's right. And the other thing that we need to pay attention to is the fact that there are tens of thousands of North Koreans military that are in Russia. This is not just about Russia and Ukraine, people. This is starting to involve a bigger, broader group of countries. Why they would do this now, why they would ever do it, why they would do anything opposite of what Trump had when he was in office. He had Putin tamped down.
Yeah,
he had treaties where they needed to be. And why they would do this now, I have absolutely
we know why.
No idea.
Yeah, you do, Megan.
Well, they love
Megan.
they
you know
want to leave a mess. They don't just leave a mess for Donald Trump. They leave a mess for us.
Yeah, but this is for Donald Trump.
People.
It's to start World War III. It's to start all the problems that could possibly be happen. It's to create an issue. NATO and the UN are the problems. Everything is trying to be too good in the United States right now. Fight, lie, steal, cheat. It's been the liberal way for the last 4 years. Sorry, liberals, have to call you out on that one. And you can't deny it. So with that being said, that is an issue we can talk about throughout the show as well. Another big story that just came out this morning too. Guess what? Charges against Donald Trump in the Stormy Daniels case dropped.
Oh,
it was a bunch of crap.
Surprise.
It was a bunch of crap from the get-go. I'm sorry. It was bullshit. As we tried to tell you guys. We read the affidavit. We read Stormy Daniels and her attorneys their statement of truth from years ago saying we never had sex, it never was real, leave us alone, this is all fake. From 2017, it was a letter Stormy and her lawyer wrote together. None of this is true, leave us alone. But then when the deep state left, needed a story to go after Trump for election interference, they paid her. They brought her to come out to try to ruin Trump, and it backfired. And now, charges dropped. But you won't hear liberals and evil little liberal people talking about any of this.
No.
Because they got their asses beat in the election, and Trump is crushing them all as he did. If there was ever a reason for you to trust Donald Trump, it is right now. After everything that man, God ordained, went through, it's difficult for some people, Megan, to remember, to forget about what he did or said in the past. Oh, he's still the same guy he was in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. Well, if it's not Stormy Daniels, and it's not insurance fraud, and it's not him trying to make his portfolio sound bigger, and him hiding documents, and who knows what else they've come up with. It's gonna be something else. And you know, the funny thing right now is because there's not a whole lot more that they can go after Trump for. I mean, they've gone after him. They have literally
is a walking miracle.
Pulled him apart like a Thanksgiving turkey. And so now what they're going to do is they're attacking us. They're attacking the conservatives, like we talked about a little bit yesterday. They're going to come at us about being Christian and what a joke now Christianity is. And, you know, all of these things. And do we, you know, I've seen 20 times in the last 24 hours, things about the 10 commandments. And do you really follow the 10 commandments? I mean, they're so desperate. And like even Charles Barkley said, a Democrat, he's like, Democrats, just shut up. Just shut up. Everything that you've done up until this point has done no good.
No good.
So we lost big. And so instead of keep yapping about it, try to learn from this and try to turn things around, because what you're doing is not working. So again, you know, they're going to continue to try to go after Trump for God knows what else, because all of this other stuff is done. I mean, it's in the fire. Right. It's gone. We knew it would be. And you talk about rubbing salt in a wound. These are the wounds that I knew that we would be rubbing and digging right into the left.
That's all right. But now we have power on our side, which is fantastic. As Danielle says too, from the chat line, and we invite people to join our People's Podcast platform. Many people jump in. It's a terrific opportunity for you to join our show. We try to get to as many of the comments as possible. The Georgia case is put off as well. We'll see on New York today. That's right. They're freaked out. Yeah, the Mika Joe clip from yesterday, it's not even worth it. We talked about it. They went and saw they saw Trump at Mar-a-Lago and now have changed their tune as their ratings are off the charts low. MSNBC is trying to sell, and they know that they're getting hammered because they sound stupid.
Danielle, I am furious about that.
Who cares? Nobody cares about those two.
What I care about is this.
It's over. I know. They're losers.
But
I've
made this point. You don't call someone Hitler and a Nazi and their followers Nazis and then turn around and wake up one day and go, I'm going to go to his house.
Yeah, but guess what?
If he was Hitler and a Nazi, why are you going to his home?
I love your passion and I love your brain.
And I don't like
and I love your heart. But Donald Trump invited them.
Yeah.
Okay, so if Trump invited them, it's on Donald.
If Adolf Hitler invited me to his home, I'm not going.
Okay, well, that's all right. Exactly. Trump took care of it. He comes out smelling like roses once again because he's Teflon Don.
Yeah, but again,
because he's doing things right.
How the meeting went, and then they're saying something different.
Who cares?
So those two,
who cares?
Can they just be fired?
They're losers. It's whatever. Their ratings are minuscule. That's what happens because you're in the majority. Yeah. So celebrate and be happy.
They're minuscule because people have caught on.
Well, how about a good feeling as well? Because once again, power to the people. You are in the majority in this country if you are a conservative, if you are a common sense person when it comes to issues. And once again, we showed the video yesterday, the Donald Trump dance, sweeping the country with both athletes and non-athletes, mostly football, what we've seen the last 2 weeks. But in our backyard of St. Louis, Missouri last night, Team USA playing soccer and their captain, one of the best soccer players of all time for the United States, Christian Pulisic, scores an amazing goal on a one-timer you'll see here.
McKenny over the top. Lovely ball for Pulisic. It's Christian Pulisic.
Here he is. Christian taking time. And what does he do? Oh, yes, Christian. Even the soccer community is for Donald Trump. You've got to love it, people. It is all here. It is before you. National media doesn't want to show you. Oh, and by the way, CBS tried to cancel the video. They tried to edit video of NFL players. Black. Let me repeat. African-American black football players dancing for Trump because they don't want the country to see it because it's state-run media. You're not going to get truth on local news or national news. You're only going to get truth on shows like this. And there are several of them around the country. Thank God. Yes, the dance. Christian Pulisic, I already loved you as a player, and I love your taste in politics. You are clearly common sense, and so are the individuals who were celebrating with you last night. Thank God people are not afraid to come out of the closet. They are coming out. They are speaking when it comes to their common sense values, when it comes to politics. It doesn't even have to be considered conservative. It's common sense.
Right. Yeah. Megan Rapinoe is probably just dying.
She's so in the past.
Just dying.
But she's angry. She's mean.
Right. I mean, and that's typical. But you know,
and they finally changed. And the women were in the Olympics.
Yeah.
They were singing the national anthem. They had their arms around each other. Yes. They loved America. And if they were liberals, they weren't talking about it. They kept their mouths shut. They played soccer and they pulled off the upset. What do you know? They went and won the gold medal.
Yeah, that's right. You know, I listened to Hulk Hogan talk yesterday, and he said,
"Let me tell you something, brother."
Yes. Keep going. You got another. You got another line. You want to show your muscles like he does? You sure? Anyway. So yesterday he was talking. Yeah, do you want to flex, Joe? Go right ahead. If you do, if you guys need to get it out of your system, just do it. He said something that really surprised me. And he said that even up until Trump had the assassination attempt, he was afraid because he's around a lot of different people, lives in a blue area, visits blue areas. He was afraid to wear anything Trump, anything conservative, anything Republican, because he didn't want to ruffle feathers. He said the moment that he saw Donald Trump stand up and say, fight, 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 with blood dripping down his face, was the moment that he said he didn't care. He didn't care anymore. This man, he deserves for the American people to stand with him, to show the same kind of boldness and bravery that he's displaying. And after that, he's like, then I was, all of a sudden, he's like, I was just proud. That's when he decided that he was going to go to the RNC and go and be proud and let the world know. And to me, it's just so sad, because I've never been afraid. And I've always just wondered why so many people were so afraid to say that they were a conservative or a Christian, or they loved God and family and country. Never could understand that. But him being this big personality, this guy that we see that is so tough and almost looks like he's not afraid of anything. There's so many people that have shared those same thoughts. And we talk about, I always talk about the closet, people that the Democrats that were going to be closet Trump voters. And there are all these people now after the election that are putting signs in their yards saying, you know what, you're not going to stop me now. I'm not afraid anymore.
It's better to wake up and come out of the closet than to just sit back and not be who you are.
But that just really, really shocked me. It's like, for some reason, why are we supposed to hide and feel shameful for protecting our children, for protecting our flag, for wanting a strong military, for wanting our educational systems to be about education and not sex and gender ideology, and teaching kids about how to hate each other based on the color of their skin? How are all of these things? How did they get to a place where they were shameful?
No, we're celebrating.
No, I know.
Christian
but
Pulisic,
it never should have
good.
gotten there. And
it's all right.
We need to keep it where it's at now.
But it's never going to go away. Just understand, where there is good, there is evil. Where there is good, there is bad.
Well, right.
Where there is God, there is Satan.
That people like Hulk Hogan aren't afraid to come out and say what's right and what's true, because
this is a victory.
Because they're going to be, virtue signaled by left liberals. And
it's all right. The Empire Strikes Back was the time with Obama and Biden.
Was there a queen?
And
in
then we had,
queen.
Return of the Jedi, which is what we're living right now.
Is that Princess Leia?
It's called Star Wars, Megan.
Is there?
Yes.
I just want to be a queen in the Empire.
Princess Leia was in all three.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Princess Leia. Yes, from the chat line. Yes, we talked about it yesterday. MSNBC is up for sale. Once again, another example of you are in the majority, regardless of what local media, national media, and headlines tried to tell you. We told you on this show for 7 months, the ratings, the polling was not accurate. I specifically told you Trump was going to win the electoral in a landslide. It was simple to see if you don't trust the media. I was a part of that for 25 years. I know their lies. This is all a positive thing. Thank you, Christian Pulisic. Thank you, Team USA, for allowing him to celebrate how he wants to. And Americans are now trying to unite. And you'll see if you look. Megan and I were talking about this.
What?
People who tried to divide this country now, they're the haters. They're the ones with hate in their heart. They're the ones who you have to be wary of. They're the ones that don't really have that open mind. And we all know somebody like that, because they're sitting back and they're stewing and they're so angry. And instead of being happy where this country is going and celebrating the increased income that's coming and the freedoms that are coming back, and there'll be a few of them, unfortunately. This is cancelthisshow.com. Vic Faust, Megan Marie Moret here, Pro Joe, making sure everything's rocking and rolling with our boards and our technical side. So Christian, thank you. Tom Homan, I know you love them. Our borders are. I love New York people. I'm meeting more and more New York people, and I love them. I'm sorry, I just do. A lot of New York people. I met some more New York people over the weekend. Tom Homan was on yesterday explaining and reversing the threats. You now have 7 or 8 blue city Democrats and governors and blue state governors saying, well, we're not going to allow Donald Trump to take illegals out. Oh, really? So number one, a couple things going on. Number one, you're going to violate. It's a felony. So you're going to violate law. You want illegals here. Now you're standing up for illegals against the law, and you're going to go against a new president, and you're going against the mandate that Trump was given on all of this. Do they even realize how much their hate is putting them in, Megan?
Well,
I'm not sure.
I don't think that they can see past it. I think that their hate is just completely covered them from head to toe, including their eyes, ears, mouth.
Ugh.
No, they
Well,
can't.
Tom Homan, he's like, oh, really? This is what Tom Homan told people yesterday, explaining what's going on and what he will do.
Defending our residents every possible way. Well, she's not very smart, I'll give her that. Because what I just said is President Trump's going to prioritize public safety threats. What mayor or governor doesn't want public safety threats out of their communities? I mean, that's her number one responsibility, is to protect her communities. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So she helps us, she gets the hell out of the way, because we're going to do it. Yeah. And look, there's a clear line here, and they can't cross a clear line. I would suggest she read Title 8, United States Code 1324 III, that says, you know, you can't harbor or conceal an illegal alien in front of law enforcement officers. So I hope she don't cross that line. They can not cooperate, but there are certain laws in place that they can't cross, and I hope she doesn't cross it. But
Tom Homan talking about the Boston mayor who says, if they come in and try to take illegals, I won't allow it.
Right. Laws. I mean, we have laws. We're supposed to adhere and abide by laws in this country now. So he's just talking crazy talk.
Yeah, Pritzker's one of them too, the Illinois governor.
Yeah, you know.
Colorado governor. He's watched Denver be destroyed, Megan. And he's like, we're not going to let that happen.
Yeah.
What are they? They're all deep state blue governors. Robert says from the chat line, Fed should refund sanctuary cities for violating laws. Donald Trump did say they'll be looking at sanctuary cities. So did Tom Homan.
And there's a lot of people in sanctuary cities right now that are showing up, and they are livid. They are finally finding their voice, and they are freaking out, and they are questioning, how could you do this to us? Why would you do this to us? Why aren't you taking care of us first? Why are you allowing our cities to literally turn into a complete dump? There's even lawsuits. So hopefully we're going to see that continue to happen, because this is not what's supposed to happen. For instance, I booked a hotel. I'm going to a human trafficking, some training in December. I got to tell you about that, Vic, because I got to take one day off, by the way. But the hotel that we have to stay at is over an hour away from our training, because we can't find a hotel near where our training is because the illegals have taken them over. I am not kidding you. I am not embellishing that. I am not making that up.
Yeah, the first city was Chicago. That was the first city where it happened.
I cannot even get a hotel within 15 minutes
what
of
city
my
are we
training.
Talking about?
New York, New York, New York, New York City.
Boston, Chicago, New York.
I mean, so tell me, how does that work? You know, you're talking to a travel agent, and she's like, "Oh, nope, sorry, that one's you can't get in that one either. You could, but you don't want to." And I'm like, you know what? No, I don't want to. Not because I don't want to hang out with, you know, people from another country, but I see what's happening and what's going down in these places. I just find that I'm scratching my head trying to figure this out.
Well, it's part of it. Tom Homan also joined Fox and Friends this morning and really laid down the hammer when asked about what to do about these mayors who are getting defiant now, because Donald Trump has already said that he will declare a state of emergency on day one. And it is a state of emergency. This show for a year now has said the number one focus of the election was what? Illegal aliens in this country, illegal immigrants in this country, not just from a safety standpoint, but from an economic standpoint and security standpoint as well. And Donald Trump is going to do it on day one. He does what he says he's going to do, and he put the right man in charge. Take it away, Tom.
We got three rails of business, Lawrence. First of all, we got to secure the border. We know how to do that. We've done it before. Second of all, we need to run this deportation operations. The president's been clear. We're going out of the gate. We're going to focus on public safety threats and national security threats first, and fugitives, those who cross the border legally, had great due process at great taxpayer expense, were ordered removed by an immigration judge and didn't leave. They're also a priority. And third rail, we got to find over 300,000 children that were released into this country to so-called sponsors that the government can't find. We also got to find them children and try to save them. We got three.
Yep, we appreciate you, Tom.
That it just makes me sick to hear someone say that number and to say it out loud and to say it to the American people. And yet people want to continue to turn their head and act like there's not a problem.
Well, the first time I heard that number was from you.
Yeah. I mean, it's a huge, huge problem. And the rate that those numbers are going up is just exponential. And then you've got these other mayors of these other cities coming on and saying, you know, could you please find it in your heart to sponsor a family and allow these families to move in with you? And if you are a true American, then you will have these families come live with you. And I'm just like, somebody, I mean, just tell me where these people are from. I mean, they got to be from outer space because they have absolutely zero grip on reality. We're missing 300,000 kids that not our own, not American kids. That number is much greater. Just kids that have been allowed to come into this country, that they allowed them to come in and then did not give them a secure place to go. It's disgusting. It's irresponsible. And it's to me, it is simply on the Biden administration's hand. All of those children, 300,000, it's actually over 300,000 missing children that they said, come here, you will find sanctuary, you will find safety, we will take you, asylum, whatever the reason is, and they're gone. I don't even know what to say about that. And that's just not even to mention the gangs that come in, the terrorists that come in. We why are we the only ones that see this for what it is? Why is the left so ignorant to this? Why did they choose to make their big talking point, for the last 6 months, abortion, when we've got issues like this?
You already know, Megan.
Well, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole again. I promise.
No,
but
you already know the answers to many of the things you say.
Ding dong.
You already know the answers. Are you saying this because you know the answers?
I want.
You know why they chose abortion.
I just want somebody that
Megan,
looks, that
looks why? Because they didn't have any policy to talk about.
And that's exactly it. If hearing these numbers and these issues was not enough for a Democrat to say something has to change, we've got to do something different. But no, we're going to keep talking about abortion. We're going to save our girls' lives, which makes no sense.
Who cares what they do now? They lost a national mandate. They're running for the hills. They have to reestablish some sort. There is no Democratic Party, really. I'm
just going to be honest with you.
And they're still counting votes in California, trying to flip races. And by the way, the Pennsylvania Supreme Court and the Democratic governor even told the Democrats, stop counting illegal votes to try to change an election. They're scared, Megan. You know why they're doing these things. I haven't forgotten about it. I'm not forgetting it. I'm not forgetting about Mika and Joe either. I'm not forgetting about all of I'm not. I'm sorry. You don't have to.
I'm mad. Want to throw AOC in there?
But guess what? I'm happy. I'm looking towards our future. I am too.
But you know what?
Like Trump. If Donald Trump was pissed, I'd be pissed. But Donald Trump isn't pissed. He's focused on our future.
Well, you know what? I hope that secretly he is pissed. And I hope that he does not go in and start pardoning everybody, because it's the right thing to do when that man has been just completely decimated in so many different ways. And
that's why he's the leader.
I'm a very, you guys, I'm a very loving and forgiving person, but we cannot allow these things to happen again. We cannot allow people to just say the just disgusting things that they've said. Anyway,
How does this
I'm
make
not
you
forgetting
feel?
about it. Mika and Joe, I don't forgive you. And AOC, I don't forgive you either. And all of
They'll still be around.
anybody that was on the left that said that our borders should be open and still should be open, give me a call because I want to talk. I do.
Hey, I've got some good news to make you feel better. House Speaker Mike Johnson just said that biological men will now be prohibited from using the women's restrooms at the Capitol. It's one of those bizarre things, which is why common sense won out. Yes, biological men were allowed to use the women's restroom at the Capitol until now. Thank you, Speaker Mike Johnson. Thank you, Donald Trump. I'm celebrating the good because times are changing, and thank God they are. And now, yes, the PA Dems will be criminally charged, Danielle. The Trump administration already said they will charge them with felonies because they have now, 10 or 11 days later, counted illegal votes in California to change a Democratic House seat. They've been trying to do it in Pennsylvania. They defied the U.S. Supreme Court twice. Even the Democratic governor, Josh Shapiro, said, stop, Democrats, stop. I'm a Democrat. I'm telling you, stop. They won't stop because they're scared. That party is in shambles. They don't know what to do because they just got destroyed because they're in the minority and now they know it. So I'm not worried about the Democrats and liberals. They will reestablish themselves somehow, some way, because they have the power and the money of the deep state behind them. But we are moving forward, and that's the best part. And they're also coming after Matt Gaetz, Trump's pick for attorney general. Now, this is very interesting because I have a source that told me he's the guy that Trump wants because he's one of the few guys, if not the only guy, that is talking about eliminating and cleaning house. That'll get you excited, Megan. Cleaning house.
Clean it up.
But
burn
then,
it down.
But
just
then,
burn the house down.
I wanted to explain. And okay, so here's what they're trying to do. The first thing I wanted to do, Joe, the last piece of video I sent you is explaining what happened to Matt Gaetz. If you see that one pop, this is the one I want to show you. Then we have literally Tucker Carlson interviewing Russ Vought, the director of management and budget under Trump, explaining what the deep state is trying to do to Matt Gaetz. But this is why, if you don't know already what happened to Matt Gaetz, and I show this because this is a great explanation of the BS that has been done to Matt Gaetz. So take a listen.
Did Matt Gaetz traffic a 17-year-old girl across state lines for sex? A DOJ investigation into this matter was first reported by the media in 2021, just as Gaetz was coming up for election in 2022. That's weird. In 2023, the DOJ concluded its investigation, admitting that it was baseless and citing a lack of evidence. For this reason, the DOJ did not press charges. In June of 2024, the House Ethics Committee ramped up its investigation, providing an update and hearing more testimony. Ironically, this was again just as Gaetz was up for re-election. Now, in November of 2024, after Gaetz was nominated by Trump to be the Attorney General, reports surfaced that they have a new bulletproof witness who actually saw the sexual acts. How did that happen? Weird how that timing works, right? You want to tell me that this isn't political, that they're not just dragging him through the mud? The DOJ couldn't find evidence against him, but apparently the House Ethics Committee, with far less resources, will? They want you to see it. They want it in your face. They're not trying to send Gaetz to jail. They're trying to break his name down and damage his credibility. Follow me here for more.
Thank you very much. What a terrific breakdown. There's more to the story, but that's what happened.
And again, they're going to continue to try and turn this agenda in their favor, even though they've been trying to dig and trying to dig and trying to find something, and it's not going to work. But like the woman in Pennsylvania, on the election committee, she's like, you know what, we're gonna do things my way. We don't care about the law. We're gonna do things the way that we want to do them. We're gonna break the law, and you're gonna like it.
A local government official in Pennsylvania legitimately said that.
So people just
good luck when Trump takes over. They'll be charged with felonies, Megan. They'll be charged. Donald Trump says he's going to do something. They're going to do it.
Well, so like, do you think, Vic, that Donald Trump should just all of these things? Okay, so now the Stormy thing's gone. The Jack Smith thing is, it's gonna be dead too. The Fani Willis, the Tish Jameses, the Alvin Braggs, all these people.
Election interference.
Right. So do you think that he should just be like, Okay. We're going to let bygones be bygones.
I'm not telling him how to act.
Well, do you think,
I don't tell anybody how to act.
If you were Donald Trump, would you say let bygones be bygones?
I don't know.
Would you make an example of this and make sure
he's going to do that?
Never happens again?
No, you're going to get both. He's doing that, but at the same time, he's not like, I'm coming after you. He's moving forward.
He's going, I'm coming after you like this.
He's moving forward. He's getting things done. But at the same point in time, he's cleaning up the trash as he's moving. Everything that Donald Trump has done in this campaign, as I've said multiple times, was perfect. The way that he is now after he has won has been perfect. And when he takes office, he's not wasting time going after people and saying things. He's getting things done, which is what I love. And by the policies that he's implementing, he's stopping the stuff from happening. However, yesterday he did come out and say, and we'll play that video for you. I mean, Steve O'Bannon was focusing on his podcast yesterday, interviewing a guest. Legitimately, Trump said to the Senate and to Senate Majority Leader John Thune, who, of course, you heard on this show, do not trust him from the get-go, who told Trump, you need to stay away from this Senate majority vote. Look, and that's like, what? Who the truck are you? Thune, acting like a goon who's going to get put in his place.
Doesn't like Thune.
No, do you?
I'm just going to give him a minute. That's all. And the only reason I told you this, the only reason is because he voted more for Trump's legislation than the other guys.
That means nothing here, though.
I know, but so there's got to be something, maybe he's going to learn how to play nice ball. Maybe.
Have you not watched the Republican Senate the last 20 years, Megan?
Well,
I don't think you have.
No,
if
I
you
haven't
study politics,
for the
you'll
last
quickly
20 years. But I think
learn.
that he realizes that,
I hope
he
so.
has to change his tune.
Now,
I think that
you
he
rip
does.
me for being Pollyanna, but yet you're being Pollyanna now about the Senate.
I am not being Pollyanna. Does
Yes, you
anything
are.
about me seem to be Pollyanna?
Thune
no, but I think we should give him a chance.
Thune is one of McConnell's goons, and the whole private vote showed it, and it was led by him. I don't trust him. And if Trump didn't want him, I trust Trump.
Well,
that's why I trust Trump right now. After what Trump went through, everything you just said.
But Trump isn't perfect yet. He did pick Mike Pence to be his VP.
No, but once again, that was 8 years ago.
I know, and I'm just
Trump
saying
has said he has learned from all of these times. I trust Trump now, especially after everything that you just said that he's been through. Trump is a different man. Yeah. And that's why. So anyway, regardless if Thune continues to be that goon, Donald Trump has threatened yesterday. And this is Donald. He's threatened the Federal Vacancy Act. And he said he will appoint everybody he needs to appoint if Thune. They're already going at it, Megan. He already he's already had to tell Thune, if you don't approve Gaetz, because he's already getting word that Thune is somebody you can't trust. And I've told people you cannot trust Thune for a week and a half now. You can't trust him.
Right.
And now Trump is saying, okay, this is why I wanted Rick Scott, because I know Thune is a rhino and he is a Mitch McConnell disciple. So here's what's breaking down after Trump did this yesterday. And I love this. But Megan, this is positive.
Yeah. I got the warm and fuzzies.
This is positive.
Yeah.
Listen.
Okay.
That's different from the recess appointment clause. So President Trump has both tools in his quiver, Steve. He has the recess appointment power, which is a constitutional power, and then he has the Congress given him power under the Federal Vacancies Reform Act, or what we call the FVRA, that allows putting in officials temporarily. So both things exist, and I'd actually written some internal papers and done a lot of research about the FVRA as well, so I know how that works. And the last thing I would say is that Darren Beatty got on talking about the False Claims Act. That was the act that the Civil Division administered, which I had charge of during the Trump administration at the end. And also, the Civil Division has charge of defending FVRA challenges, and we faced a lot of them against Chad Wolf, especially at the Department of Homeland Security. So this is a key tool that President Trump also has to fill out his cabinet and sub-cabinet.
I love it. Okay, so you get an idea of what he has at his disposal. I'm excited that Donald Trump has a way, because I was scared of Thune taking over. And now Trump threatened Thune yesterday, and it shows you that Trump does not trust Thune, and I trust Trump.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, he's done a really good job of stirring the pot in a good way. And I think that everybody knows it. I think everybody's feeling it. And I think that even the rhinos know that if they need to start learning how to play nice in the sandbox, because Trump has so much support behind him. And like you said, he has learned a lot, and he's not afraid. He doesn't want to play political, whatever. He doesn't want to play that game with people. And that's why he's using all of these unconventional appointees to help him do the work. I truly do. I really think that a lot of people are waking up. And they, like I said, they need to learn how to play nice, because it's not going to end well for them, because he has so much more reach over and more things that he can do. And if they don't play nice, he's going to start using that. And he should, because everything needs to be shaken down.
Yes.
Everything needs to be
taken down
and reassembled.
This is Cancel This. That's Megan Moret. I'm Vic Faust. Projo in the house as well, taking care of everything from a technical standpoint. It is interesting because Tucker Carlson had Russ Vought on, and he was the former director of the Office of Management and Budget under Donald Trump. And he explained what the deep state was trying to do to Matt Gaetz. Trump wants him. We'll see if he gets him. But here's Russ explaining, people, there is a deep state. You've seen it with the election interference. You've seen it with several other things that are going on. And here you go right now, listening to what Tucker and Russ had to say about what's happening to Matt Gaetz.
Seeing that with Tulsi, you're seeing that with Matt Gaetz. I mean, why is all of this stuff being thrown at him slanderously?
Can I just say, I thought, I'm sorry to digress, but since you mentioned Gaetz, we don't accuse, look, DOJ leaked that he was a child sex trafficker, okay? So at that point, they have a moral, I would say, legal obligation to charge him for child sex trafficking and prove it in court. And if they can't, shut the F up. But they didn't do that.
They did not.
They leaked that Matt Gaetz, a guy they didn't like, whose views were a threat to them, is a child sex trafficker. Then they just let it hang in the air, and all their repulsive little minions like Joe Scarborough, like, he's a child sex trafficker. Really? You want to live in a world where the secret police can just slander you through the media? Like,
I read in my Bible this morning that you don't believe something unless 2 or 3 people are witnesses and say, and there is none of that. In fact,
that's Mosaic law right there.
In fact, the weaponized Department of Justice said we don't have the proof to pursue these allegations.
I know.
And so then you read in the story.
But they accused him of it.
They accuse it. They make the case. The reporter read it this morning. And then they say it should be known that Matt Gaetz denies that these allegations has occurred. Of course he denies it, because they're not true. In the Department of Justice, there's no accounting of the fact that these things have been proven not to be true. And yet people, and there's a tendency on our side, and this is very troubling. It's not just the left, which is kind of state regime propaganda. There's a tendency on our side to believe that if there's smoke, there must be fire. Why do we do that? Why does Republican congressmen, Republican senators believe that where there must be smoke, there must be fire, only because this person has been a confrontational, courageous, convictional leader, in a true generational talent, I might add.
We can get out right there. You see, again, what they're trying to do to Matt Gaetz. And Trump says, I want him to be my attorney general. And if you have some Republicans led by Thune saying, we're not going to give you what you want, President, then that's some scary stuff. And thank God Trump said that he'll do what he has to do. And it's just sad to think that you've got Republicans still in the Senate that would try to go after and not affirm Gaetz on lies from the DOJ.
Well, they're gonna find any reason, and they don't. Some of them just don't. They simply don't like each other, and there's many of them really don't like Donald Trump. Why? Because he has not dedicated, his entire life like they have to the bureaucracy, to politics, and he has not been playing in this arena his entire life like they have. And so whether or not they think that he doesn't deserve this place or he's the, you know, the big guy coming in and he's going to just change everything and how dare he and all of these other things, whatever the reason is, there's going to be people that aren't going to like him. We know that, we see that. And that's why he's, you know, picking people that are loyal to him. But I think that over time, once they get to know him and once they choose to work with him and quit trying to defy every single thing that he does, I think that they're going to see that it's going to be a better change. How can you not? I mean, there's not one thing, not one policy that man has brought to the table.
There you go.
That is not positive.
You're giving them the benefit of the doubt, and
yeah, okay, I get it. There's still going to be slime.
You got to understand what rhinos are.
I know.
They're not good people. They're not. But I hope and pray. I hope and pray.
But look, I mean, he's able to turn,
I hope,
some of the biggest and best Democrats to his side, and those people are his circle now. They are tight. He takes them to UFC fights.
They were Democrats.
I mean,
they were Democrats.
Yeah.
And we love it, but they were Democrats who did not have anything over them. Meaning, if you're a rhino and you're getting paid to be a rhino, or you're making decisions because the deep state has information on you or you've done something, that's the whole deal. Yeah. Those people didn't. They weren't in politics. I mean, Tulsi got canceled by the left and then she became a conservative. Elon made the decision on his own. RFK got canceled by the left, then became a Republican.
Yeah, but he was still he was playing.
He's
that
not
middle
a Republican,
ground.
not a Republican, but he got canceled by the left and then decided to hook up with the conservatives.
Yeah, but he still had a little bit of sway to him. He was still able to have conversations.
Yeah,
you know, and hear at least the other side. He was open to things. So I don't know.
I'm just excited for all of these things that are taking place. And that's why my positive attitude is what I'm pushing forward, because my gosh, could you imagine how bad things would be if the other person would have won? But now we see true change already starting to take shape. Legitimate, unconventional candidates, as you call them, for these positions, getting ready to take over. That's what gets me excited. So damn happy. But I guess it also brings up something, Megan, where they will lie, cheat, steal, make up stories, do everything they possibly can, or twist truth to make these possible appointees look really bad. Anything. And if you look hard enough and far enough in anybody's past, you can find something to try to twist the truth on, throw it in the media, because I'm sorry, humans suck. Humans suck. It's part of us. You see something that's negative, and our first tendency is to believe it. You know it. Oh my God, what? What are they being accused of? You know it. Humans look at it first and you believe it first. You do. Or there's something there. Oh my God. Because that's how they weaponize media.
Right. Well, and just like Tucker said, though, there's a difference between, you know, trying to start rumors about somebody, you know, obviously negative, but then there's that line that you cross when it becomes slander in a devastating and dangerous way.
Yeah.
And that's not fair. And that's what I think so many people on the left have been doing the last several months. They've been playing with fire. It's been dangerous. And it's been slanderous isn't even the word for it. For all the things that they've called Trump. Now they're, you know, going to go after Gaetz. They're going after Pete Hegseth. They're going to go after everybody. And so now it's just kind of like you sit back and it's like, just make a bowl of popcorn, because
you know
the show's going to go on.
Maybe Trump won't have to use the Federal Vacancies Act, because all you have to do is remind those Senate Republicans who were there for the vote that they voted for Merrick Garland.
Oh my gosh.
So if you vote for Merrick Garland, but you refuse to vote for Matt Gaetz, you, my friend, are a rhino, and you, my friend, cannot be trusted as a Republican. And you, my friend, are a reason why there are issues in D.C. Just popped into my mind. These are the same people that voted for Merrick Garland. So,
yeah. And if you can sit there and listen to Garland and think that he's telling you the truth, even when he's under oath, and you watch that whole, you know, show, you've got some serious issues. And again, they just continue to treat the American people like they're dumb and like they're stupid, and they cannot see through all of this.
Well, unfortunately, there are Americans and humans who are dumb and stupid and don't see through it and believe the hype.
The Americans are who I want to give the benefit of the doubt. That's who I want to give the benefit of the doubt, because they cannot possibly be that ignorant to the facts. They cannot possibly sit there and watch, now that we're talking about Garland, someone testify and believe the trash that's coming out of his mouth. There's just no possible way. There's even illegal immigrants right now that said if they had the opportunity to have voted in the last election, which many of them did, I'm sure, but the ones that didn't, tried, they would have voted for Trump. And, they said why? And they said, for my family, for my children, and for my grandchildren, for the future of this country, for the hopes that my children will get to come here and will, if they were deported, they could come back the right way and do everything the right way. He wants them to be a part of this country, and he sees what a great country it's going to be with Trump leading. And so I thought that was just really eye-opening to hear illegal immigrants saying that they would back Trump 100%, because they see what's going to happen if it continues to be under Democratic leadership.
The Secretary of Transportation appointee, is it Duffy? Is that his name?
Sean Duffy.
Sean Duffy. I love this guy. Devoted Catholic Christian man, family man, married to a Fox News host, Rachel Campos Duffy. Has a terrific background. I don't know. I just would love.
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, he's a political guy. He's got the resume for it. That's for sure. Wisconsin guy.
Yeah. But what is conventional and unconventional anymore? Because many of the Biden appointees didn't really have resumes to do things that they were appointed to.
Yeah.
And obviously we saw how bad they all were. That's for sure. Also, but the other situation I thought was interesting is some polls have been done about FBI director. Guess who continues to come up number one? Kash Patel. Kash Patel, Kash Patel, Kash Patel.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love him, and I hope he gets selected.
Yeah, he would
after
be
listening
good.
to him and the sound we played with him last week. That man would be crazy good.
And I like him because he's not like super. He's you can tell he's passionate, but he's not like over emotional. It's not like he's not like a Dan Bongino where he's like just it's like he's like ready to go in the ring. And I like that about him, because I feel like we need somebody like that that's able to keep to know what's right, want to execute that, but can keep level headed at this. Love that.
This is cancel. This cancel.
Were you going to say that you were hoping that Tim Scott was going to find a position? Is that what you were going to say next?
I like him. I just don't know if there's a position for him. Where should he be?
Anywhere.
No, you don't just say anywhere. I know. You have to pick a spot.
There's
because not everybody can do everything.
Yeah, but he's such a people person. He's so talk about just even keeled. But he's such a smart businessman. I mean, even, there's just, I don't know, there's got to be a place. I'm just waiting. I'm holding out, Vic. I told Vic last night, I said, Sean Duffy, okay, great. I love the guy, but where's my boy, Tim Scott? Like,
but that's not Tim's cup of tea. It's just not.
Well, no, not for that. I'm just saying, but that's like the next, I'm just waiting to hear what kind of position. Make one up, Donald.
Me again.
Make one up for him. He's great.
Me again, you're better than that. You just don't make up a position because he's nice.
Well, I mean, look at Vivek and Elon.
It is Glenn.
That's kind of a new. That's kind of a new deal.
But with something that's absolutely needed and that's perfect.
I need Tim Scott.
Yeah. Okay. I like Tim Scott. I just like if Tim Scott is a part of it, great. If he's not, great. I mean, he doesn't move the needle.
Yeah.
You're just being sweet again. And that's fine. And you're a sweet, wonderful person.
No, I truly think that he would be beneficial. I truly do. I think that he can reach an audience that maybe
he disappeared. He disappeared off the face of the earth the last 2 to 3 months.
Well,
I don't know what happened.
No, he was up. He was talking the other day.
Meaning that he doesn't really get a lot of hype anymore. But anyway, if he gets selected to something, we'll be happy for him and we'll talk about him. But it is what it is at this point. Elon, by the way, in some really, really good news, is he has a big day. He has a big space launch coming up today. Elon Musk company SpaceX set to conduct another test of the largest rocket ever built. Should happen sometime around 5 p.m. Eastern, which would be interesting. The giant rocket known as Starship, it's going to lift off today from its launch in Boca Chica, Texas. That's South Texas. And what's interesting, really cool about this, the Starship is set to fly apart way around the world before landing in the Southern Ocean. And it also has the reconnection to the ground port. And the reason, and guess who's going to be there? Donald Trump. He's going to be there. I mean, they're boys. If you saw him at the fight the other night, something happened, and Trump's literally like slapping Elon. Hey, did you see that? Which is so freaking cool. And Trump's going to be there for his boy today. And it's those two together are a massive story. What Trump has done is a massive story. And what Elon is now doing is a massive story. And so much so that Trump has talked about what Elon is doing with SpaceX multiple times. He did it in a campaign trail. He did it in a victory speech. He's done it this week. So I just think it's so remarkable that these two have come together.
What's even more remarkable is that Elon SpaceX is going to be what's going to get our astronauts that were supposed to be in space for like 8 days and are going to end up being there for what, like 6 months. That his SpaceX is going to be what's going to get them home safely.
Where
in February.
is Boeing?
I mean, so
where is Boeing?
the brains, the brains that is in this new group, this Avenger group that's going to be heading up our country is just unbelievable. And you know what's really endearing about Elon is, like you brought up the fight the other night. He could not be more excited. I don't know if Trump makes him excited, if life makes him excited, but he's like a big kid.
Well, here's why. I know why. It's Trump. It's the whole situation. But I also in TV dealt with so many people who were millionaires and so popular and money. They had everything money could buy. But there's one thing they could not buy, and it's the feeling of being loved by the public, doing television, having positivity around you. I dealt with people like this all the time. Megan literally had people, including in the St. Louis area, calling me wanting to do interviews. Just because they wanted to be in the public eye.
They wanted to be seen.
They do. And there's a feeling, there's a vibe of being on TV, of getting on a stage. We saw Elon jumping on that stage that he's never had, even being a billionaire.
So he's never maybe been allowed to truly be himself because
maybe
he's just.
But it's also a feeling that you can't buy.
Yeah.
Of getting positive press on TV.
Yeah.
Of showing up at events where people are cheering for you. Because I'm telling you, one of the coolest feelings I ever had when I scored my first touchdown at the University of Missouri in a football game, having 60,000 people chanting and cheering your name when there is no feeling like it. And that's why you see so many guys hold on and continue to try to play despite injuries, because there's nothing that will ever replace that feeling. That's what I see with Elon. He also feels like he's doing something good, which leads us into what he says he's going to do as part of this Doge government. He says he's going to take the government agencies from 428 of them down to 99. That's a serious downsize. Listen to Elon talk about what they're trying to do.
We really need whatever it is, 428 federal agencies. Like, if there's so many that people have never even heard of, and that have overlapping areas of responsibility, we should, I don't know, we should get, I mean, there are more federal agencies than there are years since the establishment of the United States, which means that we've created more than one federal agency per year on average. That seems a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yes.
So we should have, that seems crazy.
It does. We can get out right there. And that's a focus. And it is. Glenn says, Megan, he showed all of his energy walking in the UFC fight the other night. These are things money can't buy.
Yeah.
What he's doing right now, money can't buy it. And he's got all the money in the world, literally the richest man, but he's doing things that have nothing to do with money.
And what is so cool to me is that, like you said, like he's got all the money in the world. Now he's getting all this attention. but he genuinely looks happy. Like he genuinely looks like he's having a good time. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but he's always got a baseball hat on now. He's all into baseball hat. They don't fit. I mean, he looks like a complete goon. He walks in, it looks like he's, got socks stuffed up in there, but he's like just on top of, and you know what? That is not, you can't fake that kind of positive energy. I mean, he is just pumped. And this guy is in charge of getting astronauts that are floating around out in space back down to Earth. I mean, he's a brilliant, brilliant man. And I'm super excited for Trump that he has someone like that wants to be his wingman and wants to, to do, obviously they're total broskies now, just doing everything together. And those are the kind of people that we need to create change. I mean, I thought that Elon was amazing when he wanted to buy Twitter, because we all know that the guy did not need to buy Twitter. It wasn't like, you know what, I need to, spend billions of dollars on something just so that I can say I own it. He's bigger and he's better than that, but he did it because he knew where we were headed. And I think he gets it. Like, I truly think that he gets where America was and where it needs to go. And so if he wants to wear hats that don't fit him every day for the rest of his life, I'm right there. I'm going to be his cheerleader.
I love it
for sure.
Hey, yeah. It's interesting too. We started late, so we were going a little bit late today. Dude, what's going on? Rumors now, Doug Emhoff has left Kamala. Mm-hmm. Trouble in political paradise? What the hell is going on over there? Rumors that divorce is imminent now.
Well,
I don't know if anybody saw those rumors coming out yesterday.
I mean,
but I saw that, and it's like, really? An election ends, and then Doug Emhoff's like, I'm getting out of town.
Yeah, maybe maybe they need to go see Bill and Hillary Clinton's therapist, because if they could make it through everything that they made it through,
leave me out of this. Hey, just leave me out of this. I swear, I swear I didn't do anything.
Maybe they could work some miracles. But someone asked,
I swear I didn't do anything with that girl. I mean, nothing she didn't want me to do.
He's here all week, folks.
Just leave me out of this.
And someone also asked,
trying to die. Just leave me alone.
Someone asked where Joe Biden is, and I don't know if you saw that or not, but he's lost in the jungle.
Oh my God!
He's still meandering around in the jungle.
He went Jumanji. Yesterday.
He did. He's looking for Tarzan. He heard Tarzan was near, and he finished his. I wish I had a pair of glasses. I normally do. His sunglasses were on like this. He's talking down the, and they're all like, "Okay," and then he turned around and walked into the jungle. That was it. Didn't look back. Nobody was over there. Just literally walked into the jungle.
It's like, oh my God. Hey, Glenn says that he saw something. AP reporting. AP reporting right now that Doug Emhoff is leaving Kamala for Tim Walz.
Sweet. There's nothing better than seeing two liberal men unite. Yes, it's going to be wonderful. They are together. They're going to buy the Tampax Foundation and start a new brand.
Jeannie says, I still think the Bidens voted for Trump. Of course they did. They took that happy picture with them last week, and she wore red into the office. Of course.
Yeah. I mean,
George in the jungle. Call him the wild. I love you guys on our chat line. You guys are great on the People's Podcast platform.
I think we know that there's a lot of people that said that they were going to vote left, and they didn't. And because they were afraid, and that's okay.
It's
like we said, we're always going to welcome you over to the right side of the table.
Of course.
Right.
Hey, we love you guys. We appreciate everything that you do for the show. I want to give a shout out to Complete Auto Body Repair. Complete Auto Body Repair. Fantastic auto facility throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area, 5 locations. They take care of everything with your vehicle, A to Z. They even sell tires. They rent cars. They have a towing company, and they have tons of jobs. Check them out, CompleteAB.com, CompleteAB.com, or give them a call and tell them you appreciate them. Advertising with Cancel This, 314-731-7999. Also, David Gregory, one of the newest Missouri state senators. He is the conservativeinjurylawyer.com, conservativeinjurylawyer.com. You can give him a call at 314-619-4230. friend of the show. If it's anything personal injury, Dave is the best. Dave does things, and he's not afraid to say that he is a conservative injury attorney. He literally has taken care of 2 accidents where I was hit. He took care of 2 cases where Joe was hit. And he'll also give you 5% more of what your payment would be if you bring up cancel this. He'll give you back 5 extra percent. He was also 7-0 for people keeping their jobs when their employers told them they were going to fire them because they wouldn't get the jab. That's right. Dave has your back, and he can work in any of the 50 states. Let him know about cancel this. 314-619-4230. David Gregory. Hey, we appreciate Winty's. Winty's in the Chesterfield Valley and in Defiance. Work hard, play hard. Some of the best foods you're going to find. Great times all the time. We talk about it. Smoked meats. We talk about wings, their pizza, their burgers, their buffalo chicken salads, all kinds of things. All of us eat it. We love it. We are grateful for you guys supporting them as well. And of course, Ben and Marla have supported this show from the get-go. Also, we've got Tom James Clothing. The holidays are here. If you want to get some fitted clothes, you may be shocked at how affordable they really are. You've got the fit, you've got the style, you've got a selection of choices, and they do lifetime adjustments. If you lose some weight, you put a few pounds on, they will take care of you. Make sure you fit as good as you can. And if you remember, when Ben Lawler was on the show, he told us that style is coming back in. Maybe it had something to do with Donald Trump coming back and taking office, that people are dressing nicer. They feel better about themselves.
Well, and I want to say one thing about a suit coat too, especially the ones that he does. You know, you don't have to have, 5 different suit coats. You get a couple, maybe even one. And now, you can wear it with anything. You can wear it with a pair of jeans. You can wear it with, khakis, whatever you want. But I love that look. You can wear it. I love the sneaker look. I love the sneakers with the suit coats. I think that looks cool too. Good. So you can switch it up. So it's not like that old school way of thinking that if you have a suit coat, you have to wear a tie and the lace up shoe, the shiny shoes and all that. So just don't be thinking like that, guys. Get cool. Get a jacket like Vic's.
314-862-6500 or b.lawler, L-E-R, b.lawler at tomjames.com. A lot of people speculating on what's going to happen with real estate, with mortgage rates. You got to have a plan. You need to take an approach and a positive approach at that and stay the course. That's what Megan Livingstone does. 314-249-1708. She's helped multiple people when it comes to finding the right home in the right situation, making sure that you keep that mindset, that positive mindset, that you stay confident no matter what happens, and you remember what your goal is, because sometimes you have to go in and out and all about to get there. Contact Megan, megan.livingstone@exprealty.com, megan.livingstone@exprealty.com, or 314-249-1708. Once again, 314-249-1708. And I want to give a shout out to Playoff Sports Bar and Grill. Playoff Sports Bar and Grill in O'Fallon, Missouri. Go check out Detroit Mike. Check out the NFL. Go there and watch NFL games. We are appreciative that he is supporting this show. And of course, if you have any other advertisers, let us know. Vic@canceltheshow.com. And any donations help the free speech platform that we have. Any donations, you go to canceltheshow.com. Once again, canceltheshow.com, and you click on donation. Anything helps. We're going to continue to do what we do every day. We put a lot of time and effort into this because we care. You see us most every day on all of our platforms, and we have that social media that's going out. And special thanks to Joe and Megan for really kickstarting. As you know, TikTok banned us, our previous account. So we started up another one, Cancel This Live on TikTok, and we're slowly building back. We're building on Instagram. Lots of people have canceled us over the last 2 years. We continue to fight, and we're going to do that. And we can use all the help that you guys can give us to do that, because we invested a lot of money into promoting ourselves, marketing. And then we had some liberal companies come in and try to pull it out from underneath our feet, but we're still standing. We're still doing everything we possibly can to get the truth out. Our mission was to make sure that Donald Trump was elected. And now it's to make sure that you understand truth so that you can take it out and spread the gospel, the political gospel, the good news gospel, the truth, the facts, not your feelings first, the facts, not fiction. And that's what we try to do. What else do we need to do before we get out of here today, Megan? How about your show? Can you promote your show?
Well, you know,
because you've got a kick-ass show.
Yeah. So Invisible Innocence, it's Sense, like CENTS, Invisible Innocence. And the P. Diddy episode dropped, what is today? So last week. And, you know, now they're starting to talk about Justin Trudeau and in Canada with the Prime Minister. And so him being linked into some P. Diddy parties and videos. But in the episode, I talk about how there are so many celebrities that are in these, what they call Diddy tapes. And there are so many people right now that are, they have to be scared to death because they're going to be exposed. It's going to take time, just like, you know, the Epstein files and the Epstein names and things like that. But again, it's just one of those people that they're trying to attach to it. But, you know, there has been so many people that have testified, and young people that have testified and have said that they had interactions with high profile people, higher profile than Diddy himself, males and females. I mean, it just goes on and on. So anyway, Invisible Innocence, that was a good one. I really wanted to dive into that so that people could kind of understand what was going on as far as P. Diddy being connected with sex trafficking, because people still aren't quite sure what sex trafficking is.
How can people find Invisible Innocence with a C?
Yeah, so it's on YouTube. It's on Spotify, Facebook. Where else, Joe? Do we have it on X yet?
It's Rumble. It's pretty much everywhere. It's any audio as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So check it out. There's some really super serious episodes in there. There's some great interviews. This week I'm going to be doing just an awesome interview. I'm not even going to spoil it. Just because she's such a special person. So that one will be coming out that'll be out on Friday. So Invisible Innocence. Yeah. So,
and that's people we give Megan compliments as I do all the time, but she has a heart to help people. And that's what this show is about, to get that information out there. Yeah. And we're just grateful that you guys continue. Justin Trudeau. Mm-hmm. I've heard some rumors that he should be extremely afraid right now.
Yes, he should.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
I always thought there was something a little off about him.
Of course there is.
We'll see exactly what is going on. So,
well, we appreciate you guys jumping in and joining us today. Remember to like, subscribe, share the show, let people know what we're doing here. We'll be back Thursday morning, 9 a.m. But in the meantime, check out our Instagram, our TikTok, our Facebook. We continue to put our reels out there and just do everything we possibly can to get the good news. If you know of advertising, people to get involved with us, sponsorships of some sort, donations, cancelthisshow.com, or let me know, Vic at cancelthisshow.com, Vic at cancelthisshow.com. We love what we do. This is a great day. Happy November 19th. Donald Trump is president-elect. Things are changing and
changing fast, man. Woo!
And we're just trying
to
ride the wave and enjoy it all at the same point in time. Thank you guys for jumping on the People's Podcast platform as well. So for Pro Joe and Megan Marie, I'm Vic Faust. Are you looking to elevate your brand's presence? Partner with Cancel This Show with myself, Vic Faust, and my co-host,
Megan Marie. We're ranked in the top 10% globally.
Our show has reached over 1.68 million engaged listeners, and we continue to grow monthly.
Podcasting is one of the best ways to advertise
because it offers a highly engaged audience, SEO-targeted reach,
and the ability to build a personal connection with listeners.
Dive into the dynamic world of cancel culture, politics, all current events, and the latest news with us.
It's the American taxpayers that are having to pay for all of this monkey business left and right.
Look at all of these pictures. They are using AI to generate fake photos, and we show you them. And Joe will show, we got a video of one, we've got certain pictures.
They were hiding the fact and trying to lie to the American people for months that Joe Biden was doing well.
This is Kamala. This is Joe Biden. It's Barack Obama. It's Jake Sullivan, all together doing anything and everything they can to strike back at Donald Trump because he continues to kick their ass.
If that doesn't make you mad enough to vote one way or another in this election, nothing will do it.
Get your company's voice heard, your brand recognized,
and the exposure you deserve.
Does your brand align with our mission?
Let's talk and make an impact together.